Welcome to sessions on profit and loss. I am Abhilash Varma, your aptitude trainer. So in this video, we will discuss in detail about profit and loss. We will see all the different terminology that we come across and the mechanism of profit and loss. We will also see how these terms are related with each other and how the different formula will be generated and how to simplify them so that we can effectively use them in the problems of profit and loss. Now let us see what all the different terms we come across in profit and loss and how these are related. Okay, the common terminology what we see here are your cost to price, which is nothing but your investment in a business, and you have selling price, which is also nothing but the revenue what you produce. And it is a business, you might make either profit or loss, and then we convert them into profit percent and loss percent. Now, let me explain this with a simple example by considering yourself as a trader. That is, to understand any problem, put yourself into the problem. It will make much easier for you to understand the entire process what is happening in the question. Let us say you purchased a bicycle for rupees 6,000. Now you sold it at rupees 8,000. Well, you made a profit or loss. It's pretty obvious that you made a profit. How much? 2,000 rupees. Now, how did you calculate this profit? It is just a difference between your investment and revenue, that is cost price and selling price. So we can say profit is nothing but just selling price minus cost price. Right? Now, profit percent. What is profit percent? It is the percentage of the profit what you made in your investment. That is profit out of your cost price, which is 6,000. Now, 2,000 by 6,000 is nothing but 1 by 3, which is same as 33.33%. Now, how did you calculate your profit percent? That is profit by cost to price into 100. Now, I did not use into 100 here because we know that 1 by 3 itself is 33.33%. I hope you understood this. Now, let us look at another scenario. Let's say, now you purchased a bicycle at rupees 8,000 and you sold it at 6,000. Now, this time, you made a profit or loss. You bought at 8,000 but sold at 6,000. Obviously, you made a loss. So, how much you lost in this process? You lost rupees 2,000 again. Right? So, this is the loss. How did we calculate? Once again, it is difference between your selling price and cost price. But because cost price will be more than selling price here, your loss is actually cost price minus selling price. Now, loss percent. Just like profit percent, loss percent is percentage of your loss in your investment, that is cost price. So you made a loss of 2,000 out of your investment. How much did you invest here? 8,000. 2,000 out of 8,000, which is 1 by 4. And what is 1 by 4? 25%. So in this process, you made a loss of 25%. Now, how did we calculate loss percentage? It is just loss divided by cost price into 100. Again, we did not use 100 here because we directly know that 1 by 4 is 25%. Now we understood how to calculate profit and loss. Also, profit percent and loss percent. Well, if you observe carefully, be it profit percent or loss percent, it is always comparison with your cost price. Now, there is another observation which you can clearly see here. If you see, this is your original value and this is final value. Now, the change, what is the change here? 2,000 rupees. In this case, this is minus 2,000 rupees. Now, if you observe here, change divided by original value. Change divided by original value. So, profit percent and loss percent are absolutely same as percentage change what we have learned in percentages. So we just have a different names for them. One makes profit and one makes loss, but basically both are percentage change. Now let us see few more examples on this. Now what I'll do, I'll take a single problem, I'll try to modify it in different ways so that you can understand better. Okay, let us say you purchased a chair for rupees 12,000. So that is your cost price is equals to 12,000. Right? Now you want to sell it, but when you sell it, you want to make a profit of, let's say, 20%. So you want profit of 20%. Now I will ask, what is your selling price? So we need to calculate selling price. Now think about it. You want a 20% profit means what will you do? You just increase your profit by cost price by 20% and sell it. So you know your cost price is 12,000. You want profit of 20% means you will increase it by 20%. 10% of it is 1200 and 20% will be 2400. So basically this is your profit. So if you increase it by 2400, then you should get 14,400 and this must be your selling price. Well, what happens if it is a loss? Let us say same example. If your cost price is 12,000 rupees again, now when you sell it, you make a loss of, let's say, 10%. Then what is your selling price? Loss is 10% and we need to calculate what is selling price. Now what happens when it is a loss? You just decrease your cost price and you sell it. Now here your cost price is 12,000 rupees and you made a loss of 10%. It means you decrease it by 10% and sell. Now what is 10% of 12,000? 1200. So when you decrease it by 1200 and sell it, how much money do you get? You will get 10,800. Then what is this? This is your selling price. So what is happening here? If it is a profit, you just increase your cost price. Now if it is a loss, you will decrease your cost price so that you can get selling price. Now let us reverse the same question and try. Let me put it in this way. You sold your chair at rupees, same one, that is 14,400. Now in this process, you made a profit of 20%. And now you can guess what I'm going to ask you. Obviously, I'll ask you to calculate cost price. Well, the common thinking of the student here is, to calculate the selling price, we are just increasing the cost price when it is a profit. And when it is a loss, we will decrease the cost price. Now, if you want cost price from selling price, we're going to decrease the selling price and we'll get our cost price. Will that work? Let us check it first. Now, your selling price is 14,400. Now, you're going to decrease it by 20%. What is 20% of 14,400? 10% is 1440. 20% will be 2880. Now, if I decrease it, I should get 11,400 plus 120, that is 11,520. But am I getting 12,000 as answer? No. Why? Recall. In the percentages, I clearly told you that reverse engineering does not work in percentages. Because here you increased 20% of 12,000, but you are decreasing 20% of 14,400. That is the reason why it doesn't work at all. So what we have to do? Let us see now. Now you understood that you cannot increase or decrease the selling price to calculate the cost price. Well, you have to remember a very simple point that modifications are only allowed on the cost price but not the selling price ever. Then what actually should be done? Let us see now. Well, you made a profit of 20% and then you sold. It means your selling price should be 20% more than the cost to price. So by this sentence, we can create a relationship between selling price and the cost price. Selling price is 20% more than the cost price. It means selling price is equals to 120% of the cost to price. This is the relationship between selling price and cost price. Now if you apply the value of selling price is 14,400. That is equals to 120% means 120 by 100 of CP. Now if you are smart enough, you must be able to directly write this 120 by 100 as 6 by 5. Now, so if I cancel the 0 and the 0, 12 is 144 and there are 2 zeros. So 10 into 1200 should give us 12,000. That should be my cost price. If you see here, the cost price was exactly 12,000. Let us now reverse this question as well. Now if I reverse that, it will be something like this. You sold your chair at rupees 10,800 at a loss of 10%. What should be your cost price? Let's check this out. You sold it at 10,800, so we shall consider selling price as 10,800 at a loss of 10%. So I can write loss as 10%, right? Now what we need to calculate? Cost to price. Now we should know that how we have to calculate cost price by writing the relationship between selling price and cost price. Now loss is at 10% means you reduced your cost price by 10% and then sold. So the relationship will be selling price is equals to 90% of the cost price. Now what is selling price? 10,800. That is equals to 90 by 100 of cost price. So let's do the cancellation part. 0, 0. So 9 into 1, 9 into 12 is 108 and there are 2 extra zeros. So 1200 into 10, that is 12,000 is actual cost price. If you see it here, we have the same cost price. Well, a simple thing that you always must remember, whenever you want to calculate cost price, you can directly, you have to use only relationship. But if you want to calculate selling price, you can use the relationship or you can directly increase the cost price or decrease the cost price. You must be thinking, can I use a relationship or not here? Absolutely, you can do that. If you want to use the relationship here, you can simply write it as that selling price is equals to 20% profit means 120% of cost price. Now just apply the cost price 12,000 here, still you get the same answer. Here as well you can write selling price equal to 90% of the cost price, apply cost price as 12,000 and definitely you'll get the same answer. But to calculate the selling price, this will be easier method. Whereas to calculate the cost price, this is the method. Now if you're still having any confusions about the relationship what I have written here, let me clear that for you one more time. In this case, say profit is 20%, right? Now we know that selling price is cost price plus profit. Agree? Now cost price is also nothing but 100% of the cost price. Why? In percentages we learned that X is also nothing but 100% of X. So when I say cost price, it is also nothing but 100% of cost price plus profit. What is the profit in this case? 20%. Now 20% of what? Profit is 20% of cost price, because we also saw that be it profit or loss, we should always compare it with the cost price. So altogether this becomes 120% of cost price. So this is how we got this relation. Here as well, if you see selling price is equals to cost price minus loss. Why? Because here we are making loss. Now cost price can be written as 100% of cost price minus, what is the loss here? 10%. 10% of what? 10% of cost price. So I'll write 10% of cost price. Then what will be the total selling price now? Selling price is 90% of cost price. This is how we got this particular relationship. Right? So we shall work a little more on how to calculate the relationship so that you can never forget it again. Now let us work a little more on the relationship. See, when a profit is at 25%, what do we understand? It means our selling price must be 25% more than the cost price. So what should be the relationship? That is, selling price is equals to 125% of cost price. Suppose if I say a profit is 30%, what should be the relationship? Selling price is equals to 130% of cost price. Another example, if I say profit is 55%, then what should be the relationship? Selling price is 55% more than the cost price. So I can write selling price is equals to 155% of cost price. So this is how we write the relationship whenever there is a profit. Now what happens when there is a loss? Let us look at that as well. Suppose if I say there is a loss of 10%, what does that mean? It means selling price is 10% less than the cost price. Then what should be the relationship? Selling price is equals to 90% of cost price. Suppose if it is, the loss is at 20%, we can write relationship as selling price is equals to 80% of cost price. Suppose if loss is 45%, I hope you must be able to write it now. Selling price is equals to 55% of cost price. So this is how we write the relationship whenever profit or loss is given. Now let us wrap it up by finally understanding when to use increase decrease and when to use relationship. It's pretty simple. Whenever cost price is given and profit percent or loss percent is given and you need to calculate selling price, then you have to modify the cost price. Either you have to increase the cost price or decrease the cost price to calculate selling price. Other part, if selling price is given and profit percent or loss percent is given and you are asked to calculate cost price, then you have to use relationship between selling price and cost price. I hope you understood the complete mechanism of a profit and loss by this. To watch more free videos, download our LOL application from Play Stores. If you are benefited by these videos, please like and share our videos, and also do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of our new videos that we upload regularly. If you have any queries or suggestions, please drop them in the comment section below. Also, if you want to reach out to me or any of my team members, you can always do that through any of the social media platforms, and the links of which are already provided in the description below.